Hello, little G and I just got to my sister's. We're gonna make a bunch of Christmas cookies for Christmas this year. He's doing pretty good. I have no idea how helpful I'm gonna be though, because I realized I forgot a wrap to hold him with. So a one-handed helper might just be a one-handed watcher. We'll see, but we've got a lot to do in a little time.
I am on my way, I'm in motion. Let's go to the ocean. Yeah, let's go outside. We can hang out on the beach without freezing. Yeah, isn't that amazing? In Christmas times, we'll be chilling and having a good time. Doesn't matter if the snow is falling or the wind blows and the rain is pouring. It will always be Christmas in my heart. But this year I wanna hang out with my friends and family, making angels in the sand. You ready? Doesn't matter, it is Christmas in my heart. And I can promise Santa's coming to visit. No, he wouldn't miss this in Christmas times. Oh,
I'm pretty much like more of a hindrance, I think, than a help at this point. Little Gerard just wants to be held and I have no hands, so I'll probably let them work without my interference and run and grab Isabel from gymnastics. I was literally thinking like 5 minutes ago, I should let them know how I'm doing 2 weeks postpartum. And I thought, my hormones are pretty like in check. I'm not very hormonal at all. 2 seconds later, I'm in the car. I have to pull over because I'm crying because a song that I liked came on. It's not a sad song. It's Merry Christmas, Ed Sheeran. I like that Christmas song. It's not a sad song. I just like it. And I don't know why I'm crying, but I'm not crying. So apparently I don't think I'm hormonal, but I am, because I'm crying for no reason. So it's the next day after a long night. When I got home with Isabel from gymnastics, things were just, no filming was able to be had. Gerard just really needed to nurse a lot, cluster feeding, and we went to bed. So that's what it is. But I thought I would still do just kind of a 2-week postpartum update while the girls are getting their Gerard fix in this morning, taking their turns with him. That didn't last long. Anyway, nights are long. I have night duty basically. Dan helps until he goes to bed at like 10, and then it's kind of my duty until the morning. And we do that because, one, even if he was to wake up with the baby, I also wake up because I can hear him, and like, just as mom, I can't sleep. And two, because with Isabel still going to school in the morning, with all the things that are happening, that someone has to be awake by 6:30 in the morning, that's his duty. So if one of the other kids wakes up in the middle of the night, that's him. If he has to wake up in the morning, that's him. And that way I get to sleep until about 9:30 if I want to. He is home so that he can take morning duty. So I take night duty, but the nights are long, and he's up every 2-ish hours. I haven't gotten much of a longer stretch than that since he was like a day or two old. And he sometimes is up every hour and a half. So nights are definitely long, but it's nice to be able to sleep in the mornings. So then nursing, it really hasn't gotten much better yet, but it has gotten a little bit better. We're still trying to retrain his mouth after his releases. He still doesn't have quite perfect function. And I'm not pumping anymore. I don't need like a rest, like, so it's not as painful that I need a break from nursing. So I'm not pumping to give myself relief in the day anymore. I'm just nursing only. And I am still though using a shield. I have tried one nursing session per day without the shield, and it is just still very painful. It's painful for hours afterward without the shield. So right now I'm not quite ready to wean from the shield yet, but I think we are getting to a point where I can. And I say this every single postpartum period. The one thing that people never talk about is taking a shower when your nipples are sore. It is just like torture. And getting out with a towel and touching your towel, oh my gosh, it's so horrible. So I never heard anybody say that before giving birth. And I always hear about other things that people never talk about that are kind of talked about. That one I don't think is talked about. So I hear you if that's you and it hurts getting out of the shower. Let's see, I don't feel like it's impossible this week. So the first week after like having him when I was still in bed, still kind of really recovering, it kind of felt impossible to do this transition of 4. It does not feel that way anymore. It does feel very possible. It still feels very hard, but it does feel possible to have 4. And I even last night did my first solo night with the 3 younger ones. Isabel was at gymnastics with Dan. He stayed with her and I put the 3 of them to bed, which was hard and crazy. And I almost thought about filming it because I was like, oh, this would be interesting to watch. But I was like, yeah, no, way too chaotic. First time doing it solo, like, no. But I did it and it was possible and we all survived, and yeah, it's feeling, you know, it's feeling good again. As far as like physical symptoms, my hemorrhoids, I honestly thought that they were gonna take like 6 months to heal because that's how bad they were, or I was gonna have to have surgery. I started a novena to St. Andrew because it's Christmas time, it's his novena, and I specifically asked for that request, and I don't know if it's that or if it's just time, but they are shrinking, which is amazing. I can sit down now without a pillow. I am not in agony all the time, so those have definitely gotten better. They are still there. I still am not like healed from them, but they are so much better than they were immediately after giving birth. I also did go and get acupuncture, you know, where they put the needle in your back. There's a specific spot that my doctor mentioned for hemorrhoid specifically. And so I went and got acupuncture in that specific spot. And I don't know, again, I don't know if that contributed to it or what, but yes, we are in a better place than we were last week. I am all of a sudden like really itchy on my ears and the back of my head / neck. Like, I actually have a postpartum visit today, and so I am going to ask about that because I've never had that before and they are so itchy. It's probably something hormonal or just like I'm not drinking enough water. I really am not. I'm thirsty all the time, but my water's just never within reach. Someone always needs something or it's empty when I go to grab it. I'm just not drinking enough water, and so it could be like dry skin because or eczema type thing because I'm not hydrated enough, but I don't know. It's very localized just to my ears and the back of my head. So that's kind of weird and random. Never had that before. And I'm up and about. I go on walks. I am doing things like, I'm not working out, but I am up and about. So that feels really good. I know I just was like in the car crying, but other than that, like hormonal breakdown, I actually really do feel a lot better mentally. Like, I just a little overwhelmed at times, but not like deathly overwhelmed and not sad. And I don't know, I'm just not up and down like I have been in previous pregnancies sometimes. So I feel really good about that. Oh, the other thing I'm struggling with a little bit is like, obviously he is very attached right now to me because that's how it happens. But it is a little bit hard for me watching my other kids want me and not being able to help them. For example, Rosemary a couple days ago did not feel good and she just wanted to be cuddled, and I was nursing and I was trying to get him settled. He was crying and I could not cuddle her, and Dan wasn't home, and I just felt really, really bad. Like it was hurting my heart to watch her just want cuddles on the floor, kind of crying, and I couldn't like help her that way. So that part of the transition has been, you know, emotionally a little bit struggle for me to just see, you know, them having to grow up a little bit and not getting that close attention. I definitely do try to, like, my oldest daughter is really good at holding her. My middle daughter loves holding her. So if they have a second and they want to hold him or him, I can't get the he and she, he's my first boy. I will let them hold him and then try to cuddle Rosie. So I don't know, we're trying to work it out, but it definitely is a little bit, you know, of a transition. And then finally, I will just say, like, last night, you just do really get, like, moms just have it differently, and it is a little tough because, you know, Dan gets his free time. He gets to go out and have a few hours free, but he also doesn't have him when he's free, so he is completely unattached. Whereas, like, anywhere I go, even if I get free time from most of my children, he is still with me and still very much needs to eat every couple hours and still is fussy when he's tired, and I still am the one who, you know, holds him and rocks him. So it's just definitely different, and it is a season. Like, this is not always like this. He's just so small right now. I do know that. I've done this before. I know it's a season. I know it's not gonna always be like this, but it is rough when you just need a minute and you still just can't even get that minute, even when you're taking the minute. So anyway, I will stop that here. That's most of my updates anyway. At this 2-week postpartum period, he's getting a little fussy, so I'm gonna go put him to sleep. Hi, Joel. You wanna say hi real quick and bye? We'll see you next time. Bye.